I did not film much yesterday because I was in full-on wood cutting mode, and I guess it's not that exciting to watch somebody cut wood. I don't know. Anyway, I was just really in the zone of trying to get things figured out for cabinets and the bench. And since today's our last full work day here in Atlanta, just get as much wood cut as possible so that I'm not carrying, number one, giant pieces of plywood. 4x8 sheets take up a lot of room, and now that the bed and everything is coming into shape, there's not as much space in the van for things like that. So construction wise, we need to put the fridge cabinet together. It's all done. I need to put the bench together, which I hopefully have, fingers crossed, calculated all my measurements correctly. So those pieces are going to be painted and probably will end up traveling with me. And then I also need to do the upper cabinets, and I'm still thinking a little bit about the way I want to construct those. I've watched a lot of videos to try to get some advice, but if all goes well today, I will be able to cut wood for those. I've got a couple bulkheads I need to do, so still going to be cutting some more wood, painting some more wood, because with the weather that we've had, it's been really drainy and it's taken forever for oil paint to dry. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. We can start to see that this is going to be a livable, comfortable van at some point in the future, which is a huge turning point for me, because some of that work that you do where you spend hours and even days and there's not really much to show for it, I'm finding very frustrating. So I like to see the results, and I'm excited that those are starting to come to be. Welcome to my painting studio. Space is limited, but I am making it work. All these white panels are going to be destined for my bench seat. I just had to rescue some of my boards from outside. They're getting wet. Hopefully they'll dry quick, and thankfully I painted them really early this morning.
No, it's just...
I guess your backside. All right, Andy's checking out the drawers. Hi.
I'm doing what?
Checking out the drawers. I was just checking out your drawers when you turned around. It's been a long day. We're both a little salty, cranky, angry. But we have finally
Thirsty?
got the fridge cabinet in. Yeah, beer would be great. It's in, so that's a huge accomplishment. And our fridge is right here, and we are gonna put it in that little spot right now. And we did it. It's not plugged in yet, but it's safely tucked into its little home. And pretty soon we'll be building some shelves up above and a bulkhead and a bench, and it's gonna look like a sweet place to live. We are taking a little break from our permanent vacation, and we are going to hit the road and head from Atlanta up to Ohio. We'll be in the Cleveland area. Should have time, hopefully, for a trip to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which will be fun, and spending some time with Andy's family and a memorial celebration. So we're gonna head up there for that and visit with family and folks I've never met, so I'm excited about that, just getting to know some of his family. We're gonna go up there for a few days, and then we've decided to come back here to our friend Eric's, who's been a wonderful, amazing, kind, and generous host. Spend a few more days with him building the rest of our cabinets, we hope, so that we can get on the road, have everything in its place, and really be truly on the adventure. Forrest! Hi! You ready to go on a trip? We are all loaded up to go, and I just installed one of our 2 fire extinguishers, so safety first, kids. It's really pretty. Andy's busy driving.
Hello.
Hello. Our trip north is taking us through, well, we've been through Asheville and now Johnson City, Tennessee, and Andy just graciously pointed out to me that there was a lumber yard and asked if we should stop. Wait, I asked if we should stop. They're becoming a thing. I'm sort of becoming a lumber yard junkie in this van build adventure. So anyway, the views are beautiful in this area. The mountains are gorgeous, and we're having a good ride so far. We're in West Virginia now, and we are going through a tunnel. We just saw the first signs for new River Gorge National Park now, and we got some windy roads to go down, and we've got our fingers crossed that when we get there, there's a campsite available. Hey buddy, what you doing? You gotta go away? Yeah, that's Andy walking down there. We got here a little after 6:15. All the drive-in sites are taken. It looks like all the walk-in sites are probably taken too, so I'm not sure where we're going to be sleeping tonight. All right, well, Andy scored. I don't know if you can see where the cars are over there. Our van's parked that way. We can't quite see it, but there's about 6 or 7 tent sites here. And all those are together, beautiful spots on the river. And then right down here is one last secluded spot. Can't wait to just put my feet up. How dare you!
Whoops.
Whoops. I just walked down to the little beach by our campsite tonight, and this is my view. Not bad for a free campsite. Got my coffee on now, and we are getting ready to pack up. We're not going to stay long this morning. We got another 5.5 hours to drive up to the Cleveland area. And before we go, we do want to check out the new River Gorge National Park just a little bit. Actually, the new River Gorge is one of the oldest archaeologically in the country, if not the world. It's been around for a really, really long time. Hi.
Good morning.
This is a first. My coffee pot is actually melted to the picnic table. I have never in my life seen a picnic table melt at a campground. And yeah, we're gonna have to hit it pretty hard, I think, to bring it up. We're gonna let it cool off some more and see what happens. Well, I'm a little wet. The coffee maker is finally off the picnic table. We tried a lot of things. We poured some boiling water in there to kind of soften up the plastic here. And then we tried a torch and a big rock, and it finally came off. So my apologies to the National Park Service, but I think perhaps you should get different types of tables for campers. Kind of crazy that you can't put something hot on it. But anyway, I have salvaged my little 𝘼𝙗𝙤. This is the road to the Grandview Sandbar Campground where we stayed last night. It's way down that hill, steep mountain road. You can't even see it from here. Super quiet and really nice. So I guess I lied. You can see there's some tents and stuff down there, but they're kind of hard to see. And we are hitting the road this morning. This is the bridge we could see from our campsite where the trains were passing. And we were debating if they were actually crossing the bridge, but certainly they were coming from that direction. And several went through during the night, but it was okay because I love the sound of a train at night, even if it's 4 a.m. We are crossing the new River Gorge Bridge, which is really tall. You can see the river way down there, and this is the world's longest arch bridge. We are at the visitor center. We just went inside and picked up a patch for Andy's collection. And I went to get Forrest because he's not allowed in the National Park Visitor Center. And we're gonna take a little walk up that way to see the overlook for the bridge that we just came across. We're heading down the boardwalk and you can just see the edge of the bridge there, but this should take us to a nice viewing area. Thing to see on our travels is the gold dome of the state capitol here in Charleston, West Virginia. And pretty soon I think we're going to be leaving the state and heading to Ohio, but I'm not sure how far. Do you know how far?
I don't.
I don't know. I guess it'll be a surprise.
Surprise.
We counted up last night, or actually Andy counted up last night. How many states have we been to this fan? 7?
Let's see. Alabama, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina,
Tennessee.
Wait, did we do Tennessee yet?
Yep,
yeah,
Tennessee. Virginia.
West Virginia.
Oh.
That's the state. We're about to hit 9.
9. That's pretty cool. We're just pulling into Henderson State Park outside of Cleveland, and so far it looks like it's really nice. We're very eager to see where the camping area is. We've passed the marina, archery range, disc golf, all kinds of things here. It's a little after 8 and we are leaving the park. It's rainy. It wasn't supposed to rain at all, but it started raining in the middle of the night right after the folks in the next campsite started talking at 3 a.m. Don't know what was going on over there, but anyway, we decided to pack up and get out early, and we found a sitter through rover.com for Forest, so we can go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And this looks like a really nice park, although we haven't had much time to explore it, but it's a state park.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. What's the name of it again?
Henderson State Park.
Henderson State Park. And it's just outside of Cleveland a little ways, so we are going to head into town, meet up with a sitter. Andy and I are having kind of a freak out moment because we've never just dropped Forrest off with a stranger before, but thankfully she had great reviews, and as we were walking up, another woman was dropping off her dog, which makes us feel a little bit better, but we just felt like we took her into kindergarten for the first day. So
Joey has 2 grown daughters, so she's already gone through dropping her kids off at daycare, dropping her kids off at kindergarten, dropping her kids off at college. She's been through all this before. I have not, so I'm kind of stressed out.
I don't know. It's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay, I promise. And we are off to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We're gonna meet up with Andy's brother and his niece, and we're gonna have a good time. So
yes, we are.
Let's roll.
All right.
We're heading towards downtown Cleveland, and that is Lake Erie to the right. Downtown, dead ahead. So we're wrapping up our time in the birthplace of rock and roll. Right over here is the Hall of Fame, which was pretty awesome. Unfortunately, we couldn't take any pictures inside that I can use in my video. I got plenty of great shots, right, Andy?
You bet.
Yeah, I got plenty of great shots. He did too, Mr. Photographer. But yeah, they have limitations on how you can use photos from inside, so I can't share those with you. But we had an awesome time, and our rover host has been sending pictures of Forrest. It looks like he's had a good time too. So we're gonna go pick him up now and get on with the day. We decided to go ahead and drive a little over 3 hours to a camping area near Charleston, West Virginia. And we are at site number 9 on Kanawha State Forest, which is actually really beautiful. And it's kind of hard to pick a campsite just off a website when you don't have any pictures, but this is really pretty area. We are all set up. Forest is cozy, have our tent. We're trying out our new rug, I guess you call it. It is so wet here. They had a good rainstorm before we came. We thought at least that will keep some of the mud up off of our things. We arrived about 5:30, which for us is kind of early, so that was a bonus, especially getting set up before we're even starving for dinner or super tired. We are on a non-electric site. They do have some electric sites here, but they recommend not having a camper over 26 feet, so it's all pretty much small rigs. And of course our van and our tent over there, a lovely REI tent. So yeah, it's a nice place to stop, and this way when we head up to Atlanta or down to Atlanta in the morning, we only have about a 7.5 hour drive before stops, so we'll be able to get home, get cleaned up, and have a good work day on Tuesday, so we can knock out cabinetry over the next week or so and get all that done. Driving along next to the Kanawha River. We just passed the state capitol, which is right on the water, and a lot of historic markers. So it'd be really cool to come back sometime and take a stroll along the river and see, learn about all the history here. You do it, Forrest? You waiting for a burger? Some of my favorite places in Franklin. And I'm getting a hiker burger. What are you getting?
I'm getting less than that. I'm getting a burger that's not as obscene looking as yours.
You don't know how obscene it's gonna be. Flight was really tasty, and we went back for a second. I got the rye, which I love, and Andy got a Belgian pale ale. And as you can tell, he loved our burgers because they're gone. They were yummy, weren't they?